Welcome to Cypress Grove. Population 4,812. A place once known for logging, fresh mountain air, and silence. But sometime in late 2018, things began to unravel. The first reports were minor. Power outages, clocks resetting, GPS directions failing. Nothing too alarming until an entire wedding party showed up to the same church a week early, and they swore it was the right day. What happens when time itself becomes unreliable? Local mechanic Dean Marlowe was the first to document what he called day loops. According to Dean, he lived Monday, October 22nd, 3 times. Not metaphorically, verbatim. Same customers, same conversations, same TV news. He wrote it all down in a tattered notebook that still exists today. Could Dean have been experiencing a mental breakdown? Or did something darker start glitching in Cypress Grove's reality? Residents began to notice bizarre coincidences. Entire streets humming the same song with no source. Pets going missing and reappearing exactly 72 hours later, every time. The town's librarian, Mrs. Porter, reported an entire row of books that never existed before. Titles that no one had ever seen, but were all deeply philosophical and strangely predictive of the town's events. Was someone, or something, rewriting the code of this town's existence? By early 2019, teenagers started documenting the strangeness on TikTok. One video showed 2 moons in the sky for 3 seconds. Another captured a man walking through a wall and disappearing. Of course, skeptics screamed, "Edited." But then local news covered the double moon incident. Even NASA sent an email to the local mayor. Why would a federal agency care about a TikTok from a logging town? An underground group formed in Cypress Grove. They called themselves the Decoders. Made up of teachers, software engineers, and ex-military personnel, they believed the town was inside a simulated test environment. Their evidence? Uncanny repetitions, disappearing objects, and memories that shifted. What if the simulation was being updated while they were inside it? One night in March 2019, a blackout swept across the town. Phones stopped working. Cars wouldn't start. Even wind seemed to freeze. And then, the sound. A high-pitched tone like feedback from a mic, only everyone heard it inside their heads. A few residents collapsed. Others claim they saw code, actual green matrix-like symbols crawling up the sky. Hallucination? Or a temporary reveal of the system running Cypress Grove? Dr. Emery Fields, a neuroscientist who moved to town 2 years prior, began investigating. Her findings were terrifying. According to her scans, nearly 60% of the townspeople had identical neural patterns. Not similar, identical, which, biologically, is impossible. Were these people ever human to begin with? The mayor of Cypress Grove vanished. No one saw him leave. Security footage from his home stopped at 2:12 a.m., showing him sitting in his study. When investigators entered, the chair was spinning. A single word etched into his desk: reset. Was he taken? Did he log out? One of the decoders uploaded supposed blueprints of an underground facility beneath Cypress Grove Elementary. Satellite images showed irregular heat patterns. Residents recalled construction during the school's renovations in 2009. What if the school wasn't just a school, but an access point? Children began drawing the same spiral symbol, every single one. Some became catatonic after thunderstorms. One boy, 9-year-old Isaiah, started speaking in code, actual hexadecimal code. A computer scientist later decoded one of his rants. Test subject awareness limit exceeded. Must adjust parameters. Was the simulation fighting back? A former DARPA analyst who claimed to have studied simulated environments for defense projects. She released a paper titled The Synthetic Town Hypothesis, where she proposed some isolated areas could be self-contained simulations used for psychological or environmental testing. Her example? Cypress Grove. Did the government know? People began leaving, but not everyone made it out. A man named Greg Ford tried to drive out with his family. They were found 17 miles outside town, dazed, car still running, facing the wrong direction. None of them remembered leaving. Are the borders real, or just illusions rendered to keep subjects inside? On August 12, 2019, every screen in Cypress Grove, phones, TVs, laptops, displayed one message: system error, environment integrity compromised, rebooting. It lasted 43 seconds. When it disappeared, 3 houses were gone, physically vanished, and no one remembered them ever existing, except one old woman who kept their photos. Who were the missing? Ghost code? Survivors, yes, that's what they call themselves now, describe strange dreams. Dreams of sterile rooms, metallic voices, countdowns, dreams that feel more real than their waking lives. A local priest began weekly sermons not about God, but about the observer. Who or what is observing this simulation? News coverage faded. The town was quietly removed from maps. Try searching Cypress Grove today. You'll find two. One in Oregon, one in Virginia. Neither match this story. Was the original erased, or did it never exist outside the simulation to begin with? Last known footage shows a boy placing a hand on a wall in the town square. He smiles, the wall ripples, and he walks through. This clip has circulated on deep web forums under the title, "Exit Found." Has someone finally broken free, or was it part of the script? Today, only a handful of people claim to remember Cypress Grove. Some say they woke up one day in new towns, new lives with no explanation, but they still have dreams of spirals, of the reset word, of watching eyes. Are their minds glitching, or are they fragments of a deleted file? Whether Cypress Grove was ever real might not matter. What matters is the question it leaves us with. How do you know you're not inside a simulation? Is déjà vu a glitch? Is intuition access to source code? Is your memory just lines of rewritten data? Maybe the simulation theory isn't just for philosophers and tech moguls. Maybe it's unfolding in forgotten towns, far from cameras where strange spirals appear and reality bends. Maybe it's happening right now. And if so, would you even want to know? Because once you start seeing the code, you can't unsee it. And like Cypress Grove, maybe we were never real to begin with.